All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome. I'm your host and pilot, Uncle B. Today we're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator live streaming F-14B going from Ramstein to Grosseto. Now, the other day when I was putting together this flight for this route, this landing, something's changed. Like we had an actual way into runway 3 left that made sense, but for some reason something's changed a little bit, so we have to do this kind of weird sort of approach into Grosseto. But we'll make it work. We're probably going to have to land it manually. Possibly. We'll see. But anyway, that's what we got for today. Let's see if anybody wants to join in. Oop, I need to change something real quick. Should appear online. First off, I don't expect Patrice might fly with me. We'll see if Patrice is going to fly with us today. And it says about an hour and 10 flight. So yeah, should be a nice flight. There's our path out of Ramstein, our departure route, and then our cruising route. And we'll start getting ready for landing. We should probably get ready for landing, and once we're over this coastline here, maybe even somewhere around here, we're going to get up to about 37,000 feet today. We'll leave the live weather on just to make things interesting. Can't always be sunny and only a few clouds or anything like that, so there's Patrice over there, near Toulouse. Anyway, just I'm gonna wait and see if anybody's going to join in. I'm going to start at parking spot 25. There at Ramstein, we'll start up. We'll taxi out to runway 26. Right there. So we'll come down here and cross over, and then probably run. Or we may go all the way down that way and then turn over to 26. We'll see. So wait and see if anybody's going to want to join. So yeah, this is the other. Now this is Kaiserslautern launch tool. So for those of you who do not know, Ramstein. So for soldiers who were wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan, you were evacuated to Landstuhl, right? So you would fly into Ramstein, and they would take the military hospital here, Landstuhl, would provide you care, get you stabilized, and then once you were stable enough, then they would transfer you back to the United States for further medical care. But that's where that is. So yeah, Rhine-Main used to be here by Frankfurt. That has been closed for some years now. So Ramstein is the northernmost, or the air base that's open here in Germany still. And then we will fly over. I just saw this. We're going to go near Heidelberg, right there, which means possibly, looking to see, okay, there's Karlsruhe. They're looking to see if we're going to go over Heilbronn. Probably not. I think we're going to miss. Nope, Heilbronn's over there. Oh well. Go past Stuttgart, kinda. All right, a few more minutes and then we'll get going here. I was running a little bit behind. I turned off my alarm this morning and then I almost went back to sleep and then I looked at the time again. It was nearly 7. I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of bed. I gotta get get moving. So this. Oh. Oh, that's Paris. Oh, okay. Just looking to see all that. Okay. Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll go ahead and pop in. It's not going to take very long to get the aircraft started up. I think they've simplified it even further. Oh, speaking of which, so I did reach out to the makers of that Vampire plane that we looked at yesterday after we flew in the Cessna 152. And let them know my thoughts, and did tell them it was cool that they brought such a amazing piece of military jet aviation history to the game, to the sim. Gave them my thoughts about the look of the aircraft, the interior especially, and all that, and the startup, that if I hadn't had a computer or a keyboard, I would have never known how to start the plane up, because there's no other way to do it. You have to have a keyboard. Otherwise, on the Xbox, you'll never get it started up. And so basically, I'll give you the verbatim response. They thank you for supporting our team by buying our plane. We attach a lot of importance to create a realistic atmosphere in the cockpit and to model very precisely the way the planes work, both in the starting characteristics, the ground movements, and the flight model. And in these conditions, as in real life, it is necessary to become familiar with its characteristics by reading the flight manual, which I guess I should have tried to figure out where that was. In Switzerland, the Vampire took a minimum of 3 weeks to get used to in the Air Force. If we find errors in the models, or if our test pilots, former military pilots, or our customers suggest modifications that are in line with the real Vampire manual, we will not hesitate to publish updates. In any case, we thank you for your remarks, which we will take into account. Thanks again for your support and encouragement. Have a good flight. So there we are. So it was nice to get a response, to be honest. You never know if you're going to get a response from somebody. I did reach out. That's in stark contrast, quite honestly, to Virtual Coal. When I reached out to them about the Embraer aircraft and said, hey, is there, as a person who's bought your aircraft, is there any way I can provide you feedback that is going to help you improve? Never got anything back from them to say, yeah, that would be fantastic. You can contact this person or anything. So they are, if they can make improvements and it's something that will increase the reality of the aircraft, as far as the sim goes, they're more than happy to look into that, it sounds like. So Um, so yeah, on first reading, it does sound a bit like it's a like they just kind of were like, yeah, thanks, and we'll think about it. But but no, now that I read it again, they are like legit. I think wanting to you know, improve their product, which is good. That's a positive thing. So all right, I think. Sorry, I had to get a sip of coffee here. I think we are going to go ahead and get the aircraft started up here, and then we'll taxi out to our departure runway. Probably going to be another quiet morning in the chat. All right. All right, there we go. So we'll go ahead and get the cockpit open there.
Ground Reaper 111 IFR to Grosseto, ready to copy.
Reaper 111 is cleared to Grosseto Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 265 and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.610.542.
Reaper 111 cleared to Grosseto Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 127.6 squawk 0542.
Reaper 111 report correct. Contact ground on 121.775. Good day.
Make sure.
Ground Reaper 111 ready to taxi IFR.
Reaper 111 taxi to and offshore to runway 26 via taxiway Bravo. Contact tower on 133.2 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 26 using taxiway Bravo Reaper 111.
See, now this one, when you there's the ground power unit right there. It automatically shows up, and once the aircraft started, it'll probably disappear. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we got enough fuel in the tanks. We'll just take it all the way up. The heck with it, just in case. It's not costing us anything to have a full tank. There's that. What was the first initial altitude? $8,000 feet. Okay. We'll go 210 initial, and we can go from there. Okay. you are. Oh, it's a little truck there. This out the way. All right. Let's get there. I guess Patrice maybe is not going to join us. Patrice has got his own plans for us today. Might not be him. I think he said his son plays sometimes. I have to dial that in manually. Yeah, we'll see what it's like when we get up there. I don't think it's 299 or 2 with this cloud cover and all that.
IFR to Grosseto.
Repo 111, altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2.197 at 8. Cleared for takeoff runway 26.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 Reaper 111.
Oh, sorry about that. Yep, I had taken a swig of coffee and I forgot to unmute myself. All right, so we've got a little bit of a hiccup right now. We should have our navigation system is not working as intended for some reason. Now that the destination nav mode, we are in GPS mode. See, I don't. So we need to go even further to the left. We need to get back over this way. But thank you, Mick. I totally did not even realize I'd still been on mute. So we got a little bit of a hiccup with the nav system here. Let's see if it fixes itself now. Now, it looks like we are in a spin. Let's see, because we're losing altitude now. A lot of altitude. A whole lot of altitude. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I would like to, but I have a bigger problem here, in that I cannot get this plane to navigate. All right. Trying. We gotta get this thing to re-engage the nav. having this? Why did it go to 100%? Doesn't make any sense. Ooh, wow, we're gonna go past our. Why is it not? Wow, we're still climbing. Something's not right. That's for sure. I cannot get this thing to... You know what we're going to do? We're going to restart it. How about that? Higher than our... Yeah, I have a feeling that mission is going to get scrubbed again for today, possibly. Alright, let's try this again. We got time. It's okay.
Ground Reaper 111 ready to copy IFR clearance to Grosseto.
Reaper 111 is cleared to Grosseto Airport as filed. Take off runway 26 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.6 Squawk 6277.
Reaper 111 cleared to Grosseto Airport as filed. Take off runway 26 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 127.6 Squawk 6277.
Reaper 111 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.775. Good day.
Ground Reaper 111 ready to taxi IFR.
Reaper 111 taxi to and hold short of runway 26 using taxiway Bravo.
Alright, we'll try this again. Oh, they started filling the tanks again? Okay, let's try this again. All right. Apologize about this, folks. I don't know why this is acting up. I think what it is I have to fly part of it manually and then engage everything, and then it should be fine. We'll get there. We'll make it there one way or the other. There used to be a switch here somewhere for the flight director, which I think helped initially with, once you got in the air and all that, that it helped with the flight. But I guess they took that off because that wasn't very realistic. It's a little bit longer of a stream than originally planned. That's okay. We'll get there. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take off. It's kind of a very strange sort of departure route, but it's the only one that kind of actually made sense to depart out of here. So I wonder if it's just I can only engage the autopilot in the nav mode once we're at a certain altitude. Signal nav. Well, I guess it's a good thing nobody's flying with me today. So no stream tomorrow. Back on Monday in the Eucharist 52.
Ramstein Tower, Reaper 111 at runway 26 ready for departure IFR to Grosseto.
Reaper 111, altimeter 29.911 Cleared for takeoff runway 26.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 Reaper 111.
Try this again. All right, let's go. All right, now we should be in. Oh, I think we were a little slow there. All right, now I think we're in business. All right, there we go. Oh, no wonder why. Oh, come on, really? Oh, why are you doing this? this thing is acting all kinds of crazy today. Well, at least we're at least we're navigating now. That's the important part. So I think that's what it was. We have to get to a certain altitude, and then we can engage the autopilot and the nav system. Now it's just getting to our altitudes. It's almost like if you preset it, it will kind of do its own thing. It's like you have to set it once you turn everything on. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think we're going to cut the corner here. All right, as long as we're navigating, that's all that matters for right now. All right, there we go. All right, here we are. Finally, we're on our way. Picture here real quick. I think my a little bit behind. You know what? I know why it seems louder. The TV's a little loud too. Oops. See, look at the wings are already starting to sweep back. Just a little bit. That's absolutely amazing that it just does that on its own. It just makes these incremental changes. So yeah, this for out. Oh, there you went even farther back. For so this is supposed to be an hour 10. Obviously, we're nowhere near landing yet. We had a little bit of a hiccup with the navigation system. It's okay. We figured it out. So we are on our way to Grosseto now. Some ads coming up here, and I believe we'll go to 370 here in just a moment. There we go. Now, I don't think we can go. We could probably go about Mach 0.9. We're not going to get to Mach 1 because we're over heavily populated areas, so I don't think it'll allow us to get to the speed of sound, break the sound barrier. If we were over the Mediterranean Sea, we could probably do it, but since we're over Germany heading towards Italy, I don't think we're going to be allowed to do it. Look at that, the wings are just about fully swept back. Almost there. Give us a little bit more speed. Feels like it should be a little bit quicker. Now this should be. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting such a. Oh. We're just now getting through our departure portion, I believe. Now I think we're getting into our cruising phase of the flight. If I remember the. So yeah, we're at 0.94 now. I think that's probably about as fast as we're going to get. I do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out today. Saturday morning or afternoon. Appreciate it. I think Addie's is passed out still. He was at the pub last night. Probably did himself in. Plus, he was watching a lot of the Train Sim World 3 streaming. Try to get a little bit more oomph out of the boy, with the clouds, it's really difficult to see the heads-up display here. That would have been if there was like a filter of some kind that you could throw up that would automatically filter out that light background so you could actually see. I'm not sure there's like a, maybe they could put that in sometime. Oh, was he? Oh, he probably wore himself out again then. Alright, so we have, what's this say here? 67 nautical miles to our next half point. It must have been well before I got up, because he wasn't streaming when I got up this morning. Although I got up a little bit, I was running a little bit behind this morning. My alarm went off at 6:45, and then I turned off the alarm, was laying there, and I almost dozed back off, and next thing I know, it's closer to 7. I was like, ooh, I gotta get up, I gotta make my coffee, I gotta eat something, I gotta get Xbox started up, get the computer started up. But we made it. We made it barely by the hair of our chinny chin chin. See, those other players weren't back there. It would be a pretty neat picture. Ooh. It's kind of weird stuttering. Huh. That's interesting that we're It's almost like the afterburners are still on. It's almost like we're just sipping gas, though. It's kind of weird. Oh, yeah. Is there not a saying to make the HUD? Well, there's only like a night or daytime. Uh, see, if I turn the brightness down, it kind of, glare shield brightness? No, that's the one right there. Yeah, I can't, it's only the brightness, you can change that, that's about it. I think it's an automatic setting, so like at nighttime it changes it automatically for nighttime viewing. But I would think that there would be some kind of a contrast or like some kind of a, you can, almost like with the, yeah, I did watch Amello live for a bit. I think I caught him. I know I watched most of Cajon Pass when he was on his way to Victorville. There was something else he was doing because I was bouncing between him and Jody because Jody was having a problem with the one of the freight services on Southeastern High Speed or something. She couldn't get the train moving, so I was trying to help her sort that out. But it's been so long since I've been on some of those trains that I don't remember, or there may be problems. I think she introduced a glitch by accident. But yeah, I would think, kind of like the transition lenses, like there's a way to probably dial in a bit of on the HUD, maybe to dial in some tint or something, some dark tint to make it a little bit easier to see, possibly. I don't know, but not in the sim, obviously. Can't do that. But it's fine. We'll get through. Because I mean, this information is pretty much the same as it is up, and I can see all the other information without needing the heads-up display. So yeah, that was I did enjoy watching Cajon Pass. I did really like that route. The BNSF locos look really good. But yeah, I was bounced between Amella's stream and Jody's stream. Well, first it was Para and Jody, then it was Jody and Amella, and then it was just Amella. It's like, and then it's like I'm trying to type in stuff to Jody to say, hey, try this or whatever, and it was like I couldn't type fast enough, and of course by typing I'm making mistakes and everything. I'm just like, oh my goodness. So yeah. So next Saturday, Per and I will be in the MiG-29. He'll be streaming it. I will not be streaming it, but I may be joining him on the Discord through Discord so you can hear me talk if necessary. I will not. Just want to make sure to manage expectations. I will not be commenting. Please, nobody ask me. I will not be commenting on the ongoing situation between Russia and Ukraine. Trying to steer clear of the politics. I'm just there to fly a plane. That's it. That's all I'm there for. I'm not there to comment on political issues. Ooh, this is a nice picture right here. There we go. Ooh, that looks nice. Ooh, wow, we're talking to Zurich already. There's the livery for the Reapers. I think they are are flying the Super Hornets, or yeah, the F-18 Super Hornets now. A lot of the former F-14, oopsie daisy, didn't mean to do that. Former F-18 or F-14 squadrons now fly the F-18. If they haven't been disbanded altogether. Yeah, they. All right, what's our distance now on to Romir? We already passed it. Okay, there's Magnetic North right there. Wait, no, that can't be right. Magnetic North should be way up this way. Huh, interesting. Anyway. Oh yeah, interesting stuff. But I would agree with you, Mick. There's not much there that could not have been put into Train Sim World 2. I think it was a bit of a little bit of greed on the part of Dovetail Games. I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of feel that way. But what can you do? You know, they're a company and they got bills to pay and mouths to feed and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, I'm not rushing to buy it. I gotta see more before I would even think about doing it. But like I said, Cajon Pass does look pretty cool. And at first I had to think about it as I was telling Amilla last night. Victorville. Oh, Victorville, I know exactly where you're going. And see, where I live in the Bay Area, of course, you know, as I was telling Amilla last night, that, you know, I didn't really pay attention to railroading. You know, in the East Bay, you had Amtrak. If there was freight stuff, I didn't really pay attention to who was operating what through there. You know, because there was Union Pacific, Southern Pacific. You know, there was a lot more railroads. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Nice to see you here. Welcome. I'm guessing you have already subjected your tummy to the weekly intake of fish and chips. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully you didn't get too many chips. But yeah, I didn't really pay attention to the railroading because it just wasn't. You know, the only time I paid attention to it was if we were traveling, going up to see my grandparents. Hold on just a second, I gotta take my vitamins. Yep, I just devoured your fish and chips. Nice. Yeah, so like when we would go up to see my grandparents, when my grandfather and grandmother moved up to Lake Almanor, if you go along the Feather River, there is a rail line that goes through the Feather River. And there's some nice scenery, and I think there's a couple of old steel bridges through there and whatnot, then it's an interesting thing to watch or whatever. But otherwise, it's a bit uh yeah, yeah, I agree, Nick. Yeah, yeah, it was just a bit like I can completely see where you're coming from. That there's nothing there that they couldn't have just put on as a DLC for Train Sim World 2. I think, you know. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because Jody asked me, I think, if I was gonna get it, and I'm like, not yet. I'm not convinced. There's nothing that I'm seeing that is going to change. That suddenly I'm like, oh, I gotta have this. Now, I did think, if possible, I would buy only the Cajon Pass route, but I still, it's like, I feel more like Flight Sim has my attention more than anything else right now. All right, now we're heading over the Alps. Looks like Swiss Alps, heading over into Italy. Excuse me. I was say maybe we'll break the sound barrier here, but I don't think so. No, no, it's not. That's what I was like. Nah, I can't. Uh, you know, and certainly, Flight Sim has its own share of issues that they're trying to deal with, but otherwise, yeah, I don't. I'm not really that. I'm not. I think it was Train Sim World 2, and even by extension, the previous one. They were interesting. It was something to you're oh Daniel's on the Cajon Pass. Um, it was an interesting uh, game to play during the lockdown. It was a nice distraction, I think. But other than that, yeah, I don't particularly think it's not something I really want to. Be throwing money at this point. All right, so I think we should start descending soon. Didn't really pay attention to when. When we can start descending. Well, hello, Bex. How are you? Nice to see you here. Are you recovering from all the Train Sim World 3 shenanigans from yesterday? Okay, that's a good sign. So we're in Italian airspace. Welcome to Italy. Abreg. What about B rig? You know, trains on the brain. Yeah. Uh, I'm surprised, Bex, that I was waiting for the usual in the immortal words of Addie's. Bex, you should get this game. I was waiting for him to say it at some point in somebody's stream yesterday that he would suggest that you should get Train Sim World 3. That's our Joseph. He does like to suggest every every game to everybody. All right. That was just, huh. Okay, so what do we got coming up here? I think we need to start sending here pretty soon. Came up short on the routes again. Yeah, I would agree, Mick. I think, because it's just a southeastern high speed. See, I don't know what's different about that on there. It looks the same. But I guess it goes a different direction than what But everything still is at St. Pancras, so I don't know what's different. In that respect. So, all right. So we have. So we're almost there. Leglo is next. I think after Leglo we should probably start sending. Not a lot. Maybe we'll just get down to about 33,000 feet. We start slowing down and start. Yeah. So, but I mean, the Cajon Pass looks pretty decent. But it only seems longer because it's not a super fast route. Southeastern high speed looks the same, and was it a German route? The German route's new because you go somewhere from there to Kassel, so that's different. They did go through Fulda. Oh, there's another. Okay, the one that goes to Ashford then on Southeastern high speed. So it's St. Pancras to Ashford. I'm guessing that's what it is. So yeah, it's just like they just took part of what was already there and then just said, "Oh, now we're going to go this other direction." with the German on the German route was the first one that came out on Train Sim World 2020 or whatever it was. That one had multiple branches, I think. Yeah, that I could understand because it's not a super fast, Although there was parts that when I was watching Amilla last night, that it could get up to like 50 something miles an hour, which on a freight route is pretty darn good, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Like I said, it just didn't feel like something I needed to. Oh, I gotta have this right now, kind of thing, Nah, I got enough going on with Flight Sim. As I was telling Jody last night, I said I can't be an expert at 2 games. It just do my head in, quote unquote expert. but no, I can't. It's too much. All right, what are we looking at now? Okay, 40-something miles to possible. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and start descending now. We'll go ahead and start drop some altitude. We are. Why would I need to ask for IFR clearance? We are on IFR clearance. Something isn't right. All right, let's start slowing down a little bit too. There we go. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, because there was that German route. It was the first one that came out with when the game came to the console, and I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it had multiple branches. It seemed like. Well, I know in real life it does, but there was like, it just seemed like you could do a lot more. It was already kind of built in. So yeah, why couldn't they just added that to Southeastern High Speed, that you had a choice, kind of like what they did with Great Western, that you could do, like the choice of whether you wanted the current trains or you wanted the classic stuff, the diesels. So if they could do that, why couldn't they have added that? Like, if you want to go on this route, pick here, or if you want to go on the other route, it would have been a drop-down menu choice or something. I don't see why they couldn't have done that. That doesn't make sense to me either. But what do I know? I'm just a dude flying in a F-14 over Italy, trying to land somewhere in Italy. So we're looking for the coastline, roughly. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, what my understanding is, on this one, there's supposed to be, I think what I read, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize in advance. It seemed like with this one, they were going to actually be able to do longer routes. I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. It's possible that I'm wrong. Let's see here. Well, there's quite a few layers of clouds today. But time will tell, because, again, it could be something where they might have bit off more than they can chew. That they would like to have longer routes, but it may not be possible. At least on the console. On the PC, they could probably do it, but not on the console. But I think there's a lot more limitations on the consoles than previously thought. I think that's the case. That was something somebody brought up with as far as Microsoft Flight Simulator goes. There may be more. The limitations of the console may be such that there's not much that they can really do for the sim on the console. Possibly. Oh, I thought I just saw somebody above me or something just fly over, but it's the clouds. Oh, maybe Flying Doggy just flew over in the 737 going the opposite direction. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see what they come up with. But I very cautious about giving them any more money. But you know, for people who will, I mean, that's their choice. How much to, you know, I don't know what else you can do to try to persuade them to not spend any more money on it, but that's the only way. If enough people say nope, no thank you, then that will change things. But otherwise, you keep throwing money at them, they're going to keep going like, well, if this doesn't piss the customers off, then let's keep going. See where the line is. All right, let's go down a little bit further. Let's get down to about. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's what I want. Let's go down to 28, 29. Boy, we really sipped the gas on this trip. I was expecting as fast as we were going there for a while, we would have burned up a lot more fuel. All right, see, yeah, now it's contrasting a little bit. It is easier to see, but when it seems like when you have the blue sky and the clouds, the system doesn't like adjust accordingly. Ooh, no, through the clouds. Oh no. Wow, a little bit of stuttering there. That's not good. But anyway, so yeah, no stream tomorrow. We'll be back Monday in the Ugers 52, heading from Wallops Flight Facility down to Kill Devil's Hill, Kitty Hawk area. We're going to land at First Flight Airport. Should be a bit of a landing challenge because it's not a very long runway. We're going to have to really come in kind of flat and try to set it down as quickly as possible and then bleed off the speed and hopefully get it slowed down enough to turn off the runway before we run out of runway. That should be, yep, all right. We're getting closer now. I know roughly where we are on the flight. You need to get a little bit lower. Oh, nice, Daniel. Good stuff. Hopefully they're paid nights off. Or at least you could put vacation in for it or whatever so you still get some money. Oh, see, now it's stuttering. Now it's buffering again. Well, I'll give you some time to get on some Cajon Pass, I guess. Mondays and Wednesdays. Ooh. Oh, I never like working on Mondays. Mondays or Fridays. I never like working either one. I never like working the weekends either, to be honest. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know, when I worked at the community college, that's what I would not work on Mondays or Fridays unless there was something going on. I would always be like, I'll come in Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. That's about it. I would not come in on a Monday or Friday. Because both days, nothing really gets accomplished because Mondays, you're checking all your emails and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And Fridays, everybody's just like, I really want to be here. They come in for like maybe an hour and they're like, okay, I'm going home. You know, so it was kind of you know, the only time I went on to Fridays was if we had like a department meeting or something like that. But otherwise, no. I would steer clear of, wouldn't try not to go in on a Friday or a Monday. Because absolutely nothing got accomplished then. Not unless I had like stuff I knew I could deal with or do or whatever. Wow, this is another long leg. Okay, I kind of know where we are now. We're in good shape. We can kind of live here at 23,000 feet. It's fine. Get a picture of the plane on the ground there at Grosseto. Once we land. There's a Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, I think so, Daniel. I know Amilla. Well, it wasn't super late when Amilla got done streaming, but he did say he was going to do another run on Southeastern High Speed. I think somebody was in the chat last night suggesting a certain timetable service on Southeastern. I don't know if there's a problem with it or I don't know. But anyway. Probably didn't go to bed till late. Well, speak of the devil. Not not the devil of Amela, but the devil of Mr. Adams, Joseph Addies. What are you like today? Still recovering from last night, Joseph. A little tummy ache, perhaps. Maybe a little headache as well. Yeah, that's what I think, Bex. That's what I think. There we go. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and start slowing down even more. Let's get down to 230. Actually, let's go to 250. Hello, Mela. I'm okay now. I had something to eat and a cup of tea, so should be fine. Huh. So what you're saying is... You're telling on yourself again, Joseph. So, Joseph, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your hangover prior to eating and drinking a cup of tea? No, I did not. Hold on just a second. I didn't get a direct message from you last night. Or today. I have not seen a DM from you. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Five out of 10. Okay, that's still pretty bad, Joseph. I think you're not being you're not being. I think you're underrating it. I think it was more like an 8 out of a 10. At least 2:30. How about that? Yeah, I didn't get a message from you, Amela, so not sure. I did see, yeah, because I did respond to you last night when you said, thanks for popping in the stream. That was it. I did leave a thumbs up. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought, Joseph. There's an old saying, you can lie to your friends, I can lie to my friends, let's not lie to each other. Yeah, I just left a thumbs up for it. That was my response. Grosseto approach. Here we go. So it should be, Grosseto should be up somewhere over. Here we go. We're going to get bounce between Rome Center and Grosseto approach. Watch. Okay. So this is what we got coming up. All right. So it did not look like this when I put the flight plan together. Okay. So we're going to go to Bamboo and then we're going to hang a right and we're going to do this like lazy right turn around and then we'll line up for a runway 03 left. So there we go. That's what we got coming up. Coming up after the break. Coming up after the break. My dad bought a big bottle of water. Oh, well, good for your dad. What does... We know how you feel about water, Joseph. All right. Grosseto should be... I know it's not too far inland from the coast here. We might have already passed it. I know it's going to be to our left. Ooh, wow, look at that. Well, that was an interesting change in the weather. Ooh, wow, 2,000 feet. Wow, okay. I gotta really slow down now. Yeah. 4.5 hours till they light the candle. Goodness gracious. They might as well scrub it till another day at that point. If I was the rocket, I would say, no, you either light the candle now or forget it. Yeah. I'm not going to drink that much today because got to be up early tomorrow. Yeah. I've heard that story before too, Joseph. You're going to go tie it on tonight, and then you're going to be all miserable tomorrow. You're going to be fussing with your dad. Yeah. If I was that rocket, I'd be like, no, let's get this party started, or forget it. You're gonna have to find another rocket to launch. Don't threaten me with a good time and then tell me I gotta wait. So your dad bought a big bottle of water. What does that have to do with you, Joseph? Just out of curiosity. Did he buy it for you? Or did he buy it for himself and you're just like, my dad bought a big bottle of water? Oh, wait. So it looks like, oh, yeah, we are going to go this way, and then we're going to turn, make that lazy right, keep making right turns. We're going to do opposite of NASCAR. NASCAR likes to do left turns. We're going to do right turns. Ooh, look at that. We got a little rainbow. So there's a little bit of rain here. Check that out. Interesting. Ooh, it's a double. Oh, look at that. I think we got to get a picture of that. What do you say? What do you think? Oops. Smile for the camera. Too late. We were keeping up international relations, giving them the bird. All right, so now here's the dealio. We should be able to engage the approach mode once we're lined up. We're going to give that a shot because we have an ILS approach. Wow, look at that. It's a big old circle. That's kind of weird, isn't it? That doesn't look very natural, does it? It's a 2-liter. Okay, so 2 liters of water. But so are you drinking any of it, Joseph? That's my question. You're telling us about this wonderful bottle of water, but what are you drinking any of it?
Maintain present heading for altitude. Set ILS runway 03 left approach. Final transition. Clear to enter 11.
Old crusty salute. Any of you folks seen Grosseto military air base around here? I don't know, Mav. Addie's drinking really did a number on him. You're sharing it. Okay. I had pork loin last night for dinner, Mila. It was early dinner. Put it in the oven at about 3 something, ate it by 4. Wow, that was a lot different than I expected it to be. I feel like we skipped something there. All right, let's get down to 180. Ooh, wow. That was not expected. Ooh, wow, we are losing altitude. Yeah, that was not what I expected.
Climb and maintain 2,000 feet for 111.
That's not too shabby, I guess. I think we can go ahead and put on the approach mode. Where's my approach mode? I think I gotta, the switch is over here. Oh. Wait a second. Is this our... We didn't even get the... What the heck? Oh, maybe... We just passed over Grosseto. That's it right there.
Grosseto Tower, for 1111 miles southwest inbound ILS runway 0.
Yeah. It totally... We just passed over our airport. I think. Yep. I think we just passed our airport. Yep, we sure did. All right. You know what that means, folks. Yeah, sure did. The It totally did not. We were on the inbound. We should have gotten that instructions like a long time ago. So, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna land it manually if we have to. We did not get our landing instructions in time, it feels like. And our line didn't pop up either. All right, let's have a look on the map, see where we are. All right, so we're going to turn. See, I think what happened was we cut through the flight path. We didn't go the whole way around, so I think we missed an area where we were supposed to intersect one more nav point before we got on the approach. I think that's what happened. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to intersect it, and then hopefully so the airport's somewhere back here. Well, this has been one heck of a flight today. Luckily, we learned all of our flying from Maverick. That's not true. That's not true at all. All right, there we go. Now, let's go back up to. All right, there we go. Ooh, got some low coastal mountains here. Oops, daisy. Addies, have you seen an airport around anywhere around here? Where's it at, Addies? You know where it is? Should have been taking notes, Joseph. That's alright. We'll be on the ground in a moment, folks. Do appreciate everybody coming in today, hanging out. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's flight. Despite all the wonkiness, the suspect piloting from yours truly. The suspect 2 liters of water. Yeah, we're not getting any kind of a... Alright, we're going to slowly... That's okay. We're going to land this thing manually if we have to. Which I kind of feel like that's what we're going to have to do. The yellow handle on the left. What, this one? Or that one? So that should be like for the ejection stuff. That's the parking brake. These are the engine shutdown. But this is for... you pulled that to jettison the canopy first before you eject from the aircraft. Now, according to... yeah, this one is for the... You eject the canopy first. Now, from what I understand, there's a guy was a former backseater in a Tomcat who said the scene where in Top Gun where Goose hits the canopy, that's a known problem in the Tomcat. Like the canopy would not clear enough before the pilots would eject from the aircraft. So it's a known issue. Real world problem. And I think from what I could gather, like when they were trying to punch out because they were in a flat spin, they may have not. I don't know if Maverick pulled the handle to jettison the canopy first. I don't remember in the movie, but that might have been part of the problem too. All right, let's see if we can do this my way. It does not work. What? Yeah. There's no way. Like that's something they have not simulated in Flight Sim is the ejection. Oh, there we go. There's our line. There we go. Perfect. All right, finally now we have some kind of an idea where we're going. Yeah. Well, they had to have the dramas, that was what the whole thing, dramatized the situation. Add a little bit more drama to the relationship between Maverick and Charlie, the character played by Kelly McGillis. Oh boy, we are. All right, this might be a little bit of a bumpy landing, folks. Stand by. Maybe, maybe not. Look at that. That's not too shabby. I'll take it. There we go. Ta-da. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, I'd like to welcome you to Grosseto, Italy. Local time is probably probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon. We understand and appreciate the fact that Joseph probably does not drink enough water, but we're glad he has 2 liters of water today. That wasn't too bad. For having to do it manually, that was not too shabby. I'll take it. Yeah, that landing was the flight plan was, I think, broken, to be honest. Something did not go according to plan. Let's go ahead and get the flight. Let's get some air in the canopy here. What? Oh, great. So we can't even find a part. We're just going to follow the line. Screw it. We're going to park right over there. They weren't expecting us. This is not the kind of welcome I would have expected at Grosseto. We'll have to talk to the airbase commander about this. Not acceptable at all. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was expecting. I thought for sure we were going to hit hard and bump, but we didn't. Luckily, so it's all good. All right, let's go ahead and shut it down. Wow, it's like a very well. You know what? Let's pull forward just a bit more before we shut down. Okay, let's shut it down right here. I think we're good. Oh, yeah. Turn our lights off. And battery. There we go. Hey, we did it. Hour 25. Nice. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let me go ahead and put that in right now. While we're waiting for the sim to catch up with the shenanigans here. Oops, daisy. Oh, I forgot to get a... I did say I was going to get a picture of it on the ground, but that's okay. We got enough pictures, I think, for today. G. F-14 Tomcat, there it is. ETAR. We departed at 11:49 Zulu. Got LIRS at 13:15 Zulu. And submit. There we are. Well, after all that, we will be wrapping things up. Should have gotten credit for Germany. Guess not. Anyway, all right. Let me go back to the screen there. That will do it for today, folks. Do greatly appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's flying. It was a bit suspect. Our first go, we could not navigate properly. The autopilot and the nav system did not want to cooperate, so we restarted, and then we had the issue with the landing, but we made it on the ground. We didn't have to ditch in the Mediterranean and do away with a multi-million-dollar aircraft. Luckily. So anyway, that will do it. I will see you all Monday, 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK, Junkers 52, Wallet flight facility to first flight. So should be a nice little flight down the coast there. So do enjoy the rest of your Saturday, morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. Until Monday, I have been your host and pilot, Uncle B. Peace. Live long and prosper.